Hey, what is going on, you silly Cyclazar? Today, I'm showing off a Mega Charizard build. Now, this comes to us from my Dude streams. The Dude streams decks out of Discord streams are where I let the YouTube members, Twitch subs, submit decks into the Discord, and then I play with them, and we see which one can get the highest win streak. We've got a 4-game win streak with this Mega Zard build from Paproch, but honestly, it kind of just felt pretty good. Like, as far as Mega Charizard builds that I've worked on or played with in the past, I don't think any of them have felt as good as this one. And the main reason for that is that it has the Delphox as the draw engine in the deck. There's a 2-1-2-1. Wait, no. 4-1-2-1 Charizard lining here with 2 Mega Charizard X, 2 Mega Charizard Y. But then there's a 4-3-3 Mega Delphox, not Mega Delphox, Delphox, and 4 Rare Candy to help to get to our stage 2s. Obviously, there's a little bit more emphasis on the Delphox. It's not the main attacker in the deck. We do use it sometimes. Most of the time, we are attacking with the Mega Charizard X. But the Delphox does come up as an attacker, but more importantly, a draw engine. That flaring magic is so powerful. Discard a basic fire energy from your hand, draw up to 7 cards in your hand. And I mean, with this many Delphox pieces, it's pretty easy to get to a turn 2, if not turn 3, or turn 3, if not turn 2 Delphox. Of course, we've got a couple Oricorios in here to accelerate energy onto the Charizards, so we can attack with those, or accelerate energy in play in general, so we can hit harder with the Energized Storm. But there is only 10 basic fire energy, and that's why I was saying the Delphox really isn't our main attacker. We can't be really consistently hitting those super high numbers that allows Delphox to be the main attacker in a build like this, because it only has 10 basic fires. 4 Lily, 2 Petrol for the setup supporters, 1 Lana's Aid, and a 2 Night Treasure for recovery, 4 Pokepad, 4 Ultra Ball for the Pokemon Search. No Buddy Poffins in here. I mean, Fennekin does have 70 HP, but the Charmanders unfortunately have 80. But the goal is a turn 1 Call for Family with the Fennekin. So you want to choose second, look for the Call for Family to start to develop your board. And if you don't open a Fennekin, that means you probably open a Charmander. Unless you open an Oricorio, that would be unlucky because we have 4 Fennekin, 4 Charmander, and then you retreat the Charmander, or you just use the Call for Family from your active Fennekin to get the rest of your squad set up for the next turn. 3 energy retrieval. This has actually been something that I've found to be pretty interesting with Delphox in the Mega Delphox build that I tried out, as it allows us to cycle through our deck more aggressively with the energy retrieval to see enough energy to get enough energy in play while seeing enough energy to actually draw cards with the flaring magic. There's also an energy recycler for a little bit more of a heavy energy recovery card. Prime Catcher has the Aspect, 2 Air Balloon, and 2 Prism Tower to help clear out the hand so we can draw more with flaring magic. But Delphox plus energy retrieval, I mean, obviously you need to kind of like play this with some kind of fire attacker, but like these 2 cards together has felt really, really good every time I play with them together in the same deck. So, I mean, I don't know what I'm trying to say with that, but like for future Delphox builds, that's going to be what I'm going to be aiming to combine, is Delphox with the energy retrieval. But with that said, let's jump into some action and I'll show y'all how it went. Already agitating this guy. We're 12 minutes in. No matter where I would go play, looks really weird. I'm just not sure what to sleeve up. Don't think about it too hard. Well, personally, I'm thinking of bringing it to a regionals and reaching day 2. I mean, that's like so far away that we're so far removed from that moment in time. Like I said, if there was a regional tomorrow and my goal, if your goal is to day 2 a regional, you could definitely day 2 with Mega Greninja, 100%. If your goal, yeah, so that we have a goal. Your goal is to day 2 a regional, you could 100% do that with Mega Greninja, no problem. I mean, Delphox is like the draw engine here. Call for Family potential next turn seems strong. Playing this seems slow. Although, I don't think I need to run this away. It's looking like a Call for Family angle, though, for a couple Charmanders next turn. What if I attach here? They could, well, they can only boss Fennekins, actually. It's fine. Azul telling you know that I bet the under. No hard feelings, though. It's all right. I appreciate a honest gambler. Honest predictor. Honest predictor. Don't ban me, Twitch. Now, I will say, like, tomorrow, if you brought Mega Greninja to a regional, you could definitely day 2. It would be easier to day 2 with, like, Dragapult or Zoroark or something, right? Maybe not Zoroark, Dragapult. I mean, Zoroark as well, yeah. Like, any of, like, the more powerful decks. Like, you could do it with Mega Greninja as well. And that's all that matters. Like, it meets the threshold or the criteria of the goal. So then, for you, at that point, it's up to you what you want to play, right? You push the Prime Sub there. TX3. If you bet against every dude deck, you'll end the stream up. Yes. But you could end the stream up more if you make calculated predictions. Calculated, what's it called? Predictions. On whether our deck would do well or do bad, and then you get it correctly on whether it did bad or did good. Think about it. Honestly, I appreciate the tone and honesty. I see you have my question could seem odd. I mean, your question's not odd. It's just like I can't answer the question. Like, there's no question to answer, basically. It needs more context. Context is lacking. A lot of energy recovery. I mean, I have Candy Delphox is like pretty good here. Nice stretchers. I feel like I can go like this. Kind of just want to hold the air balloon because I just don't know how I'm going to get it involved. Like the flexibility. Oh, I drew a Charmander there. Unlucky. Charmelon? No, I should probably get a... Gregson involved. Want a Prism Tower before Delphox to draw more? I like the other cards in my hand. The other cards in my hand are cool. Big fan. Show cards. So is my opponent gonna punch me for 50 damage? What a rat. Actually, the steady fire breathing into fire wing combo is pretty good here. This point, do you just play the Mandarin in the hand for the +1 next turn? Well, I thought my opponent was gonna take a knockout, so I was like playing around the knockout happening. But I guess I should have expected they would probably go into the baby Manectric here. So then, yeah, I could have like benched it. Would have been fine. Was this supporter that's literally the ability of Monkey ever good? Was this supporter that's literally the ability of Monkey ever good? No, it was like played in like one deck ever. Actually ask Soda about that card. Soda is or was a Agatha enjoyer, if I remember correctly. What am I just doing this? If I grabbed Ultra Ball though, it's so costly. Out of the current hand. Oh, but there's no Charmeleon to grab anyways. I grab another. Do this, I guess. Yeah, all these cards are so good, so high value. Draw +2. Okay, Recycler's nice. I mean, we're still chilling. We don't have to get like too aggressive here. Like building up into an Oricorio attack anyway. You tried the new supporter. Oh, you're memeing. You're not talking to me. You gotta go see the Odyssey. I went last night. It was amazing. I'm gonna try and go in the big IMAX theater at some point. There is no Mega Signal in here, although that honestly sounds like with like petrels and stuff, it does sound like a good addition, to be honest. That'd be a good shout to include in the deck for sure. You think the problem with Zard is the reliance on Candy? I don't know. I don't think about once I don't think a deck is competitive, I don't think about it that hard. Once I think a deck is bad and it's uncompetitive, I don't really care. If a deck is good, it's usually pretty easy to figure out why a deck is not a good play if it's a good deck. It's usually matchup based in the format. Actually, it's almost always it literally is matchup based. If a deck is good, the reason it's not being played is because the matchups are too hard in the format for it to keep up with for whatever reason. It has a tough time in the metagame. If a deck's not competitive and it's bad, I don't know, who cares why it's bad at that point. Chalk it. Pack it up. Go home. I gotta play around the, what do I gotta play around here? Gotta be mindful of, Electros. Try and save the Prime Catcher. Alright, kill the active with Oricorio, go from there is the plan. I actually should have got rid of the Fennec in there, but probably won't matter because I don't think I'm getting another. Maybe I should commit the Night Treasure for it. Maybe I had to be more aggressive out of my last hand.
Nope. Come on.
I fear I'm gonna run out of energy. And maybe I have to play this like whole game a little bit more aggressively. Maybe I'm just playing a little bit passive. I'm like super low on resources at this point. See how it goes. We will see. Can you rephrase that? When is a deck considered competitive, and when isn't it? Competitive decks are good decks that are decent plays in the like. Competitive decks are just decks that can achieve a certain win rate in the metagame. That's it. Once you like pass the threshold of a certain expected win percentage, then a deck is competitive. And when they can't, then they're just uncompetitive. But it doesn't mean they're bad. It just means they're not competitive right now. For whatever reason in the metagame, they just can't exist the way other decks can. So that's why the decks that are competitive, and the ones that aren't. But not every not competitive deck is bad. It's just not good right now. Not every competitive deck is like a broken deck. There's a lot of competitive decks that are actually just not that good in general, but they're just, like, overall, they're not that powerful, but they're good just because of the specific makeup of the current metagame. It could just be for, like, one tournament, or it could just be for, like, half a format, and then all of a sudden, like, the deck is basically just a bad deck. It's like, okay, this metagame fits this deck so well that it becomes a good play, but then pretty quickly after that it becomes a bad play, because it's not really a good deck. It's just, like, the metagame kind of carries it, and it's a good play. So it's like a competitive deck for a short time. In regional and above events, yeah, because that's the only thing anyone really thinks about. Those are the only things that those are the only things that are like community wide that people think about and talk about are major tournaments and the current metagame that's being played at major tournaments and what's the metagame going to be like at the next major tournament. No one cares about like, I mean, people individually care about their local metas, but like as a whole, as a community, we don't care about. I don't care about your local meta. You don't care about my local meta, so on and so forth, right? I think hide and seek has potential for LIC. I gotta time you out for that one, I'm not gonna lie. Sorry. I'll only give you an hour though. It wasn't a rotation question. You're describing Lopunny? Lopunny is definitely like a more... I would say Lopunny is just a good deck though. I wouldn't say it's like that meta specific. Currently in the metagame it doesn't feel super strong, but... Yeah, I don't think Lopunny is like super reliant. It's more reliant than other good decks, but I think it's a good deck. I think Lopunny did on source is a good deck. Just in the current metagame, it's just not... It hasn't been good for a while. So it hasn't felt like a great play for a while. Although, like, it feels like the metagame might be coming around for it to be like a more solid play again, possibly. Hopstrev. I think Hopstrev is just a bad deck, to be honest. Too many variables. Yeah, I think Hopstrev is just not a... It's just not a good deck. No, yeah. If it's either a good deck and it's competitive or it's a bad deck. I think it's just not a good deck. It's just like a fine deck. Thoughts on the Erica's Victory Bell deck popping up occasionally? I mean, that's not competitive. It was a good meta call for that one tournament. I don't even know how good of a meta call it was for that tournament. It was like fine. Like, I don't know how that. I don't know why that tournament wasn't like that much different than like other tournaments. Like there's still a ton of Dragapult everywhere. Like what is the real difference maker for the makeup of that metagame that was that different from other major tournaments before and after it? I feel like there was nothing that extreme. Maybe I'm missing something. I kind of just want to Prime Catcher KO this. There's no boss in this list. You think of any decks that are bad that become amazing in the right hands? No, that doesn't exist. Good decks are good decks. It doesn't matter who plays them. It's just not relevant. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for the 4 prize cards here and get the prize lead. Oh, but now I could get Electros, and I don't have a switch card. There it goes. 1, 2. I'm gonna leave the extra energy here because I might need to get through another baby Manectric. Like this. What's on Helis Raging Bolt? Yeah, it's not competitive. You're wrong, Azul. Good decks become bad decks in my hands. True, you're right. I forgot about that. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. What I'm hearing is that there's like 3 tiers. There's competitive decks, good/fine decks, and then bad decks. Well, good/fine decks are competitive decks. It just depends on what you're trying to achieve at the tournament. Like, yeah. There's also with that, there is like a, like any, like, no, competitive deck covers like a tier list, basically. Anything you'd put in your tier list for a metagame is what is usually considered competitive. There might be some like outliers that you put on the tier list just to put them in F tier, just to kind of like represent where they represent like a deck that was good and see how, and then like representing how it's fallen off, basically. So there are decks that you just put on a tier list that you just like by default put in F tier, but you're just putting them on the tier list to begin with because you just want to represent the deck because it used to be a good deck and now you're just showing that it has fallen off so you can like explain why it's fallen off. But basically any deck you put in a tier list for a metagame is considered like quote unquote competitive, but there's just different degrees of it. The decks that you put at the top of the tier list have higher chance of succeeding. The decks you put at the bottom of the tier list have a lower chance of succeeding. But they're all competitive at the end of the day. All competitive decks. Some energy here. Just to what degree, what are you trying to achieve at the tournament should kind of dictate which deck you're trying to pick, or what your expectation should be from the deck based on how good you think the deck is. Like if you pick a tier 3 deck, your expectation should be less than if you pick a tier 1 deck. A tier 1 play specifically for the metagame, not necessarily a tier 1 deck. It's possible like Dragapult's the S tier broken deck, but it's a bad play for a tournament. Just based on how things are shaping up leading to the tournament. That probably won't happen at all until Dragapult rotates, obviously, but this is an example. What do I need? Like an energy and or energy retrieval here?
Oh.
I really realized what I had left in this deck. Just candy out this guy. Wait, I draw the whole deck. There's also Alana's 8 in the deck, I think, right? Yeah, I was like, I didn't realize I was literally drawing the whole deck there. Once a deck is uncompetitive, you wouldn't even put it on the tier list to begin with. And then there are decks that are good decks that you don't put on the tier list either. That aren't competitive decks in the current metagame, but would be considered competitive decks in a different metagame, basically. What about I'm trying to get the biggest crab standing behind me at a 0-2 tables kind of deck? I don't know. That's not my could be like I want to test 10 games against the top 5 decks in the format and then play 5 games against those decks. This doesn't mean you shouldn't like do things like that, but yeah, it's all intuition at the end of the day. It's possible like some other like high level players out there like set a number of games that they try stuff with. I just like, to me it doesn't make any sense to do it because the whole game is intuition to begin with. It's not something I would ever do. I need a little bit of help here. I really don't want to have to use Prism Tower to find the help, but I might have to. When will you make a meta breaking deck? What do you mean? I do it every day. You just can't understand the nuance of the meta enough to know when it's groundbreaking. Game breaking, excuse me. Meta breaking, my bad. Okay, okay. They're trying to do a little bit more here. They're getting the Ultra Ball involved. Appreciate the 60 months there, Hollywood. Also appreciate the Prime sub there. I don't know if I missed that one earlier. Actually, I don't think I did. TX3, welcome to the Rat Pack. Should I play Slow King or Festival Leaf for locals? Whatever one you enjoy more playing. You're asking me the question, you're overthinking it. Didn't you literally bring a new type of deck to the tourney that you won? What tourney? The one I won recently? I mean, not really. I mean, it's like a already discovered archetype. Seems like people had lack of faith in it, though. What's this? Tank? Kangaskhan? Bro, are you kidding me? I heard about your undefeated win with an Erica deck. GG's. Well, that didn't happen. I wasn't playing an Erica deck. That's actually just fake news. I'm not gonna lie. It might just be Lumiose and Chill. I think it is just Lumiose and Chill. I think Bastion and Lopunny could be viable. Probably not, no. You have to put a lot of effort to get value out of Bastion on a deck. You have to put a lot of space towards it. Because like you don't have to be able to you don't have to have 2 Bastion in play, but to get value out of Bastion, you have to be able to chain them so they ignore your active, basically. Anything you played recently or cards that you have pleasantly surprised you? Gladion and Festival Lead. It was more impactful than I thought it would be. I knew it would be like good and the best way to play the deck, but I didn't think it would feel that good. It's a very big upgrade to Festival Lead. Bigger upgrade than I would have suspected. Ducannon is better than I thought it would be. I don't think it's competitive, but better than I thought it would be. Gwen and Grimmsnarl does more for the deck than I thought it would. Yeah, kind of like all the... There's quite a few things in the format. Honestly, the biggest letdown has so far been... whatever that guy's name is. Delmos. I know you should release a video on Festival Lead, but do you think Gladion will make the impact on the deck it needs? I mean, it made the deck better. That's it. That's all I know. I have the same... Yeah, it made the deck better. That's all I got. I think I just... Yeah, I just Lumiose City again. Grab a Charmander. And chill. I'll eventually have to throw Prism Tower out there and hope to draw a fire so I can go Candy Delphox draw cards, but... As long as my opponent's not attacking me, I can just like take my time and keep trying to play for a top deck. Is there a deck you've ever been wrong about? Yeah, of course. A lot worse than you thought. Yeah. I thought Entei Ludicolo was going to be really good. It was not. There's too many cards in the deck. Mega Gator. That is a card that currently exists in the standard format. Have you played any Mega Darkrai? I have not, no. I think I have one in my current Tox Box build, but I haven't just played enough of the deck to actually have any real talks on it. The card is pretty mid. Also, the new same that locks evolutions. All right, that's a timeout. That's an hour timeout, dude. I'm getting aggressive with these timeouts. Listen, if you guys can ask any questions you want to, but just gotta watch yourself. It's nothing serious if you take the timeout. Someone's got to take an L for some of these questions, though. Not a big deal. You'll be back after... I don't know how much time it is, but... I can't just have someone asking me about a card that comes out in 69 months. Violation of something for sure. Surely it is, right? Interesting situation. Oh. I could start with a Prism Tower use. I think I can give up Air Balloon plus Fire here.
Tough.
Or I could go for the Charmeleon. Then I have no mobility. Tough. That's not 100% true. I was going to call for family for the other Charmander. I kind of like that more. But then I have to get a candy to get this thing cooking, obviously, so it's like a little bit more costly on the follow-up. I mean, all I have to do is get to a Charizard one-hit KO and the game is over, so like... I don't want to get Oracorio because they get boss KO it. Let's just get another Charmander involved. Appreciate the the gift there, Chucky. I've tried an Erica's list. I did play with one. I did build one the other day, yeah. I have not, Monkin Boy. What would you say is your absolute favorite deck in the current state of the game? I don't know. The deck I'm currently playing. You think they're gonna boss carry your Delphox here? I mean, if they should if they have it. I don't know if they will though. Oh, I think they disconnected. My bench is locked. I don't want to candy the Zard for them to just boss it. I think I should attach to Charmander and pass. I just have to threaten the idea of being able to eventually manually attach it up to the point where I can KO them. But I think they're literally AFK here. I'm going to count it as a dub though. No, they can't just pass. I'll just literally manual attach and knock them out eventually. Do you play or enjoy any alternative formats like Cube? I like playing retro formats. I don't play them consistently though. Oh, my opponent is here. What the heck? Did they actually click like end turn? I don't play any like alternate formats consistently. But I enjoy playing them when I get the opportunity. Be a favorable matchup anyways though? Should be, yeah. 460 HP. How many energy is that? 90 times 5 4 5 6. I need 6, yeah. All right, a lot of draw power available. I think I do this first because if I draw into an out to a Delphox, yeah, but not an energy. Oh my god. Do you consider using the heat more from White Flare is a good idea? If it works in the deck you're trying to play it in, yeah, it seems fine. 4 5, so I'm still missing. I can go like Retrieval for 2 to burn that. Did I actually whiff? I can get to 5. Was my other Oricorio in the deck? I actually didn't pay attention. It's pretty important to know, actually. It's not. Because Boss KO Oricorio is actually kind of scary. Even though I have a Nitroture left, I don't have a guaranteed out to it. Makes me think I have to energy retrieval for an energy here just to put it in play. 360, 450. Dude, I'm literally, it's 10 damage off. It's 10 damage away. I think I have to go like this for this. I have to throw this here. I pass. I can go attach knockout. Am I out of... Dude. We're through so many resources at this point. Let's see. Let's see. What's up, Shadow? Have to be back-to-back one hits. I don't think I want to evolve. I don't think I'm gonna be able to leave an energy here for sure. I don't want this to get stuck because I don't know if the second air balloon's in the deck, so I think I just have to play the Lily and see what happens. You push the 50 months there. The Wiz. Okay, just punch into the active. I think it's ideal, right? I want another energy though, because I want to be able to leave an energy on the active, right? Okay. I have Air Balloon Prime. Okay, we have a lot of good cards in the deck. I kind of just want fodder for Prism Tower so I can just see more cards. Got the first big one hit. Wait, did I overkill? My sign. Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I would have been 20 short. I did overkill, but I had to overkill.
Mathing.
So I should almost be able to guarantee. I'm pretty sure I can just guarantee the hit next turn because I can go Delphox to draw the whole deck into Delphox to draw the energy off the recycler. You had KO with Delphox, by the way? Nah, I'm pretty sure you're lying. Did I? No, there's no way. I discarded 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, I didn't. You did give me the count, but how many? Not enough. The dude deck turned out to be actually a competitive deck? No. Not that I can remember. Yeah, I mean, if they get a lot of heads here, unlucky. Like I said, it should be guaranteed here, not a whim. Let's see.
Hold on.
I mean, it should be as simple as... We did it, chat. Let's go. Back-to-back mega knockouts. I still don't really get it. Weakness could be a reason an archetype is good, right? Yeah, but you don't think about it in terms of weakness. You just think about it in terms of expected win rate. Nothing matters but expected win rate. Weakness could be the reason. The amount your supporter count could be the reason. The number of disruption cards you play could be the weakness. How much retreat locking your deck could be the reason. Not weakness, the reason. The fact that your deck heals a lot could be the reason you're good in a matchup. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, those don't matter. The only thing that matters is what is the expected win rate in the metagame. That's the only thing that matters. And then once you have that number, you're like, what is my goal? Oh, fuck. What is my goal? And then does the expected win rate of that deck achieve your goal? You're like overanalyzing something that is like way simpler. You're like complicating something that is way simpler than you think it is, basically. That's probably a good way to put it. You're overcomplicating something that is way simpler than you think it is. You're like overcomplicating for something for no reason. I mean, it's just a call for family angle, right? That's still fine. We're still in the game. Any Delphox. Any Delphox, Candy Zard would be pretty sick, so I guess I just go for a 1-1. I think you're undercomplicating. Of course you would, Soda. But I know you're trolling me, so I don't take you seriously. How long does it usually take for new gen Pokemon to come to the TCG? Within the same year. Like the game drops and then like the first major set after the game dropping, the new Pokemon already out? Or I don't even... Someone in chat will know the time frame. I've never thought about that time frame before. I not put to go second? No, you put to go first, but I'll go second from now on, Pop Roach, if you want me to. But Darkrai is kind of ass at the moment because of its grass weakness now. It doesn't matter why it's ass. The only thing that matters is that it's not... The only thing that matters is that it is ass. It doesn't matter why. It literally does not matter why it's ass. The only thing that matters is that it's ass. And based on like the current things that are being played in the metagame, if Darkrai is bad, it's definitely not because it's weak to grass. It's a lot. It's probably a lot of other reasons. There's not that many grass decks going around right now. There's like a little bit of Meganium Ogerpon and a little bit of Festivaline. If you're just getting thrashed by the other half of the other decks, then it's not because of grass. The deck is either just bad, which is definitely very possible, or even if it's a good deck, it's just not good right now because there's so many decks that just destroy you. Like I said, you can come to conclusions of why a deck is bad, and one of the conclusions could be weakness. But like a starting point should never be our fire deck is good right now because of X, because of Excadrill being popular. It's like, no, good fire archetypes might be better because Excadrill is more popular. But yeah, it's not like a fire type based thing to work off of. That beam though, getting beamed on. Or not, or yes. Or no? Or maybe? Okay. I didn't expect the Badoo from them. Didn't like hinder my setup too much though. Hinder me playing the game. Do I draw first? I just want Lily first. A lot of pokes. Poke. Poke. Interesting. I kind of just want to Ultra Ball away these two. I would need an Oricorio if I want to like play the game this turn. I almost want to grab the Oricorio, but I don't want to put it in play. I kind of just want to draw first and see what we get. I don't want to give them like another 2 prize that they can chase down.
Not good.
My hand is kind of dead. Did they grab boss off Petrol? That's really bad. That's really bad for me. I guess the better way to explain it, to like think about it, would be like it's because of weakness, but it would be like grass decks are so popular right now that it warrants including the Baby Moltres in the Dragapult deck, or like Teal Mask Ogerpon, and being able to 1-hit KO Teal Mask Ogerpon increases our win rate against those decks. So it's like at the core of it, it's just like, oh, we play Baby Moltres because it increases our win rate. Or like, yeah, you just want to keep it simple, and you just want to be like, oh, we play Baby Moltres because it increases our win rate. And that's all we care about, is that Baby Moltres increases our win rate, so we play the card. And then obviously the reason it increases our win rate is because it 1-hit KOs Teal Mask Ogerpon because it's fire type, because Teal Mask is weakness to fire. But it's like, you're like overcomplicating at that point. You just keep it simple. You're just like, this card is good because it takes these 1-hit KOs, which increase our win rate against these decks, which are popular enough in the metagame to increase our expected win rate, that it's better to include the Moltres than not include the Moltres, so we include the Moltres. That's all that like matters. It's just like, does it increase our win rate? If it does, we play it. If it doesn't, we don't play it. If the deck is good enough to reach a threshold of an expected win rate to achieve our goal, then we can play it. Then the deck falls under like a potential decks we could play as opposed to decks we wouldn't play. Okay, we're saying weakness could be a factor, but looking at win percentage in current metagame over just weakness or something, weakness doesn't matter in the matchup, if I'm hearing right. Yeah, the only thing that matters is expected win rate. It's literally the only number that matters. No other number actually matters. Nothing else matters. It's just always expected win rate is literally the only thing that matters. Is expected win rate. And expected win rate is literally a culmination of everything. And when I say expected win rate, it's expected win rate in a metagame for a tournament you are preparing for, as well. The only number that matters though is expected win rate. No other number matters, and expected win rate is like a culmination of everything. Your deck build, the matchups expected matchups it has into the metagame. Man, attacking with Mega Charizard here does not feel great. I gotta try and attack with the little guy though, I guess. Probably keep this around. Just leave the air balloon in the deck, is what I'm saying. I could attack with the Delphox this turn, I guess, right? What is my route here? Delphox knockout, Mega Charizard knockout. And then I could... Oh, I am out of Mega Charizards. Well, I kind of want to keep the Lily. My last Lily? Nah, we can ditch it. We can ditch it here. I want to attack with Delphox here. Is that what I said? Well, I got to make sure I draw another energy. I could just like check first, I guess. I mean, I'm likely to draw the energy here, but... If I go Delphox knockout, they go to 3. Then I try and find Prime Catcher KO Excadrill with Megazard, and then I get the Baby Zard or the Snipe Zard, Megazard Y, and then I Snipe Genesect to win. I kind of need enough energy in play so that they can't just go Boss KO or Oricorio as well. Off the Oricorio here, I have to go like... Then I have to like play this. Well, no, I don't have to play this yet. I can just go Retreat Knockout with Delphox. I could also go Delphox Boss KO the Mega Excadrill, I guess. I just can't feed them a 3-prizer this turn in case they can one-hit KO it. Because they could be playing like Kieran Stadium or Bangle Kieran or some kind of combination of cards. They could have Bangle Gravity Mountain knock out my bench Zard. That'd be really bad, but can't really do anything about that one, I guess. I think we're saying is a reason a card could be good because of weakness, but you shouldn't look at a weakness first and then try and find cards of that type to include. Yeah, exactly. Weakness is just like such a big glaring thing that people will gravitate towards it as like a reason, but it's like not like it doesn't really matter. If you're gonna apply that as a weakness, there's like a bunch of other things you should apply as weaknesses, not weaknesses, a bunch of other things you should apply as reasons as well, but like no one applies those things as reasons. Like, oh, the reason this deck is good in the current metagame is because it plays so many gust effects and can so easily play them. Like no one like mentions that. So the only thing so once again you can just simplify and just be like expected win rate is all that matters. This is maximize your expected win rate. Also, you can literally be weak to a deck and have the advantage. Like someone mentioned, like Slow King's weak to Dark, but you're favored against Grimmsnarl as long as they don't have Shaman, of course. I guess it could just be Delphox KO this, right? But I kind of want to save my Delphox's draw power. Oh no, but then I'm like putting my Mega Charizard in risk of getting KO'd. They already have the Gravity Mountain. So I kind of have to Gust KO this with Delphox, actually. Yeah, it has to be a Delphox KO. Okay. Can I just Ultra Ball these two away? Alana's 8 is probably not necessary. And when I say I have to snipe the Genesect to win the game...
Okay.
I could use this to get Charmeleon, actually, so I don't need the candy, right? That's what I probably should do. And then just kind of assume I'm going to draw into enough energy here. And then if they don't kill my Delphox, then I'll probably definitely have enough energy. If I need the Prime Catcher this turn, right? But if I drew into the Prime Catcher, I wouldn't need the Prime Catcher. $900. Was Mega Greninja now worse in Pitch Black format than it was during Chaos Rising? I have no clue. Haven't thought about it. Haven't played with the deck in this format. Okay, we got it. Thank goodness. Oh, if I bump them out, they usually don't play two? I mean, they sometimes play two, though. It wouldn't be a shock if they had a second one. Man, Exegil versus Slowking does not feel good with no Shaman. Yeah, it definitely feels pretty Slowking favored if you don't have the Shaman, for sure. Tough to beat. Can we see your stats on your profile after this match? No. Why do you care, dude? Why do people care about the stats? I feel like Drill is just a terrible deck. No, it's not terrible. It might just not be that good right now. But I feel like it should be. I feel like this is the moment for it to be good. I don't know. Maybe there's something missing. Can Grim beat the Drill? It's tough. It depends how much healing they play, to be honest. If they play like Hero's Cape and like one Ice Cream, I think it's like a bad matchup. So if they're like the Hero's Cape build and they have one Ice Cream, you're probably it's just tough. Drills and Turbo people are insistent on running this shitty trolley. It feels like you have to play Hero's Cape for it to be good. I agree. All right, we got there. Let's go. Another dub. What are we? About to be 4 in a row? Just be like that sometimes. Broken deck. Bonked him again.